true strength isn't found in the muscles you flex or the confidence you project. It's much deeper, hidden in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It's in how you rise after falling, how you face the storms without crumbling, and how you continue moving forward even when the weight of the world feels unbearable. Often, you might feel like you're just surviving, taking each day one step at a time. But that survival, pushing through the pain, the uncertainty, the fear, that's where real strength lies. It's strength in disguise, a resilience shaped not by what's external, but by how you manage the internal battles. Drawing from the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, let's uncover 7 quiet signs of inner resilience. These principles, though simple, are powerful tools that can transform the way you approach life's challenges. By integrating them into your daily routine, you'll build the kind of strength that can withstand any storm. Before we dive into today's video, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon on our YouTube channel, Quotes and Relax 95. By subscribing, you ensure you never miss out on our latest content, and the bell will notify you whenever we upload something new to help you on your Stoic journey. This way, you can stay up to date with all the insightful videos that will guide you through Stoicism, self-improvement, and practical wisdom to live a more peaceful, focused life. Alright, now that you're ready, let's get started. Number 1. Mastering your emotions. Imagine this. You've spent weeks preparing for an important presentation, but just minutes before the meeting, everything falls apart. The slides won't load, key data is missing, and your colleagues scramble in panic. In the midst of the chaos, your mentor remains composed. She takes a deep breath, surveys the situation, and calmly asks, "What can we fix right now?" She isn't devoid of emotion. She's simply in control of it. This is what the Stoics called apatheia, not indifference, but the ability to maintain clarity in the face of disorder. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Emotional control isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about choosing response over reaction. The next time frustration surges, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, take purposeful action. Don't let emotion dictate your behavior. This small but profound shift transforms obstacles into opportunities, allowing you to navigate life's turbulence with resilience and strength. By embracing this mindset, you begin to see challenges not as personal attacks, but as tests of your discipline and adaptability. Instead of wasting energy on resentment or blame, you redirect it towards solutions. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom, mastering the art of detachment from uncontrollable events while sharpening your focus on what can be influenced. Think of a seasoned sailor navigating a storm. He doesn't curse the waves or panic at the winds. He adjusts the sails, knowing that his power lies in his response, not in controlling the sea. The same principle applies in everyday life. When a friend betrays you, a project fails, or unexpected hardship strikes, your first instinct may be anger or despair. But these emotions, left unchecked, only deepen your suffering. The Stoic approach is to pause, acknowledge your feelings without becoming their prisoner, and ask, what is the most rational action I can take right now? This shift from emotional impulse to deliberate choice builds inner peace and resilience. Over time, practicing this mental discipline rewires your perspective. You stop seeing problems as crises and start viewing them as moments of growth. You develop a quiet strength, a calm authority over yourself that others notice and respect. This is why truly wise individuals never appear rattled, because they've trained their minds to prioritize action over outrage. When life tests you, remember, your emotions don't have to be your enemy. With practice, They can become your greatest ally in mastering the art of living. Number 2. Owning your story. Mistakes are inevitable, but they do not define who you are. Your response to them does. Imagine forgetting a close friend's birthday. It's tempting to excuse yourself by blaming a packed schedule, but true strength lies in acknowledging the oversight and asking, how can I make this right? Seneca wisely noted, every new beginning comes from another beginning's end. This means that every mistake holds the potential for growth if you take responsibility. Owning your errors is not a sign of weakness but of maturity and control. Consider the story of a chef who burned a dish meant for a high-profile client. Rather than making excuses or covering it up, he admitted the mistake, prepared a fresh meal, and even offered a complimentary dessert. His honesty and accountability turned an embarrassing moment into a lesson in integrity, earning the client's lasting loyalty. Your mistakes are not dead ends. They are turning points, opportunities to learn, improve, and strengthen relationships. Every misstep, when faced with courage, becomes a stepping stone to greater wisdom and resilience. The way you handle mistakes shapes your character far more than the mistakes themselves. When you avoid accountability, you give away your power. Blaming circumstances, other people, or bad luck only keeps you stuck. But when you own your missteps, you reclaim control over your life. A mistake is simply feedback, a signal that something needs adjusting. The Stoics believe that errors are part of the learning process, not personal failures. Marcus Aurelius wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it. In other words, it is not the mistake that hurts you, but your unwillingness to face it with clarity. Consider an athlete who misses the game-winning shot. They could drown in regret or analyze what went wrong and refine their skills for the next match. The latter mindset turns failure into fuel. A business owner who makes a bad investment can either spiral into self-doubt or study the lesson and make a wiser choice next time. Every mistake contains a hidden advantage if you are willing to extract it. Growth is not about perfection. It is about adaptation. When you view mistakes as opportunities rather than obstacles, they lose their power to paralyze you. They become stepping stones toward mastery, making you wiser, stronger, and ultimately more in control of your own fate. Number 3. Dancing with fear. Fear is a loud, demanding force that thrives on uncertainty, often asking, what if you fail? But courage, though quieter, offers a different perspective. What if you fly? Consider Rosa, who faced this very battle within herself. She walked away from a stable job, leaving behind financial security to follow her passion for baking. The moment she signed the lease for her bakery, her hands trembled, not from weakness, but from the weight of stepping into the unknown. And yet, she pressed forward. This echoes the wisdom of Epictetus, who believed that hardships reveal our true nature. Fear is not the enemy. It is a guide, directing us toward the very challenges that will shape our growth. Instead of seeing fear as an obstacle, we can dismantle it piece by piece. If public speaking terrifies you, don't aim for a packed auditorium right away. Begin in a small group, sharing thoughts in a setting that feels manageable. Each small step, each moment of courage, weakens fear's hold. The more we say yes in the face of doubt, the less control fear has over us, until one day, we realize we have learned to fly. This process of overcoming fear isn't about eliminating it entirely. It's about transforming it into fuel for growth. Fear signals that something meaningful is at stake, that we are stepping beyond comfort into a realm of potential. Rose's journey didn't end the moment she signed the lease. She still faced slow days, self-doubt, and the lingering voice whispering, "What if this was a mistake?" But each time she showed up, each loaf of bread she baked, each satisfied customer she served, she chipped away at fear's power. The same principle applies to every challenge we face. Fear of failure in relationships? Start by being more open in small conversations. Fear of rejection? Train yourself to see every no as a step toward the right yes. The key is action, no matter how small. Fear thrives on hesitation, on overthinking, on waiting for the perfect moment. But courage? Courage grows in movement. It gains strength every time we lean into discomfort instead of retreating. This is how resilience is built, not through grand, heroic gestures, but through a steady commitment to stepping forward despite uncertainty. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." True strength doesn't come from an absence of fear, but from the decision to move forward anyway. Fear asks, "What if you fail?" But the only way to answer is to act and discover what happens when you dare to fly. Number 4. Finding power in silence. In a world that constantly demands our attention, solitude is an act of quiet rebellion. It is not loneliness, but rather an opportunity to cultivate a deep intimacy with oneself. Consider a nurse who dedicates her days to saving lives, tending to the needs of others with unwavering compassion. Yet, before she steps into the chaos, she reserves 10 minutes each morning to sip her tea in silence, a sacred ritual of self-restoration. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic philosophers, understood this necessity when he wrote, "Nowhere can you find a quieter retreat than your own soul." Solitude is not an escape from life, but a return to it with greater clarity. It is a deliberate choice to recharge, to sit with one's thoughts without the distractions of screens, conversations, or external noise. And in that stillness, something profound happens. The mind ceases its restless wandering, and answers begin to emerge. What once felt like emptiness transforms into a space rich with insight, self-awareness, and a renewed sense of purpose. Try it. Embrace the quiet, and you may find that solitude is not isolation but the purest form of self-connection. Yet, despite its power, solitude is often misunderstood. Many equate it with loneliness, fearing the silence as if it were a void. But true solitude is not an absence. It is a presence, a homecoming to yourself. It is in those moments of stillness that you hear what the world drowns out. Your own thoughts, your own needs, your own wisdom. The Stoics knew this well. They practiced retreating within, not to escape reality, but to engage with it more deeply. Seneca advised, "Associate with people who will make you better, and welcome those whom you can improve." But he also knew that one of the greatest companions in life is oneself. Think of great minds throughout history, writers, philosophers, inventors. Their breakthroughs often came in moments of solitude, not in the noise of the crowd. Even nature mirrors this truth. A tree does not grow strong by constantly swaying in the wind. It needs stillness to root itself firmly in the ground. Likewise, a mind that never pauses becomes fragile, reactive, and easily swayed. This is why solitude is not a luxury but a necessity. So, take the challenge. Dedicate a moment, 5 minutes, 10, an hour, to simply be. No phone, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. At first, it may feel uncomfortable, as if you are meeting a stranger, but stay with it. Over time, you will realize that you are not alone in the quiet. You are in the best company possible. The answers, the peace, the strength you seek have always been there, waiting in the stillness. Number 5. Lighting lamps in the dark. Positivity isn't about pretending pain doesn't exist. It's about choosing not to let pain define you or overshadow your light. Take Miguel, a single dad working 2 jobs. Life may demand exhaustion from him, but rather than succumbing to resentment, he finds solace in the simple joys with his kids, like laughing over pancake dinners. Through these moments, he teaches them an important lesson. Joy doesn't lie in perfection or ease, but in how you approach life's struggles. As Seneca wisely said, a gem is polished by friction, reminding us that growth and resilience often come through adversity. Gratitude is the bedrock of this resilience. It's the practice of acknowledging the victories, no matter how small. Whether it's completing a task or sharing a genuine smile, taking time to reflect on these wins strengthens the spirit. When we focus on the light, it doesn't just survive, it multiplies, pushing away the shadows. This approach transforms how we view challenges. Instead of letting the weight of the world crush us, we begin to see the opportunity for growth in each hardship. Like Miguel, we can choose to nurture a mindset that celebrates the small, often overlooked moments, because it's in those moments that our strength truly lies. The Stoic idea of amor fati, loving one's fate, reinforces this. Rather than rejecting the difficulties life throws our way, we accept them as part of our journey. Gratitude makes it possible to find meaning and purpose even in the most trying times. By documenting our small victories each day, we shift our focus from what's wrong to what's right, creating a reservoir of positivity that propels us forward. Just like the gem, polished through friction, we emerge stronger and more radiant, reminded that the light we carry within us is the result of the very struggles that once seemed overwhelming. Number 6. Guarding your energy. Boundaries are often misunderstood as barriers, but in reality, they're more like bridges that help create balance in our lives. Picture a gardener carefully fencing in young saplings to shield them from harsh winds and storms. Just as the gardener decides which elements are worth protecting, you have the power to determine where and how your time and energy are allocated. Take, for example, a CEO who made an unforgettable decision to leave work at 5 p.m. to attend her daughter's recital, saying, "My family gets my best, not my leftovers." This powerful statement mirrors the Stoic wisdom of Epictetus, who urged, know who you are first. Setting clear boundaries, then, is not about shutting out others. It's about defining what truly nourishes you and prioritizing those areas. Saying no with kindness but conviction isn't just a skill. It's a practice of self-respect. Your energy is a finite resource, and where you direct it determines what grows in your life. By honoring your boundaries, you ensure that the things that matter most get the attention and care they deserve. When you establish and uphold boundaries, you are not simply protecting your time, but also cultivating your sense of purpose and well-being. Imagine your energy as a precious garden. Each commitment you make, each yes you offer, is like planting a seed. If you scatter those seeds indiscriminately, you risk overburdening yourself, leading to burnout or neglecting what truly matters. However, by thoughtfully choosing where to invest your energy, you create an environment where meaningful growth can thrive. The act of saying no is not an act of selfishness. Rather, it's an expression of self-awareness. It is a declaration that you understand your limits and know that by tending to the right priorities, you can give your best self to what truly aligns with your values and vision. Just as a gardener doesn't waste resources on plants that won't flourish, you too must be intentional about where you pour your time and effort. By setting boundaries, you create space for the most fulfilling aspects of your life to grow and expand, leading to a life that feels aligned, balanced, and deeply rewarding. Number 7. Building others up. Strength truly lifts everyone. It's not just about personal success, but about fostering an environment where others can rise too. Take the story of a teacher who saw a student doubting her artistic abilities. Instead of pointing out flaws, the teacher took a different approach. She framed the student's work and proudly displayed it in the classroom. That simple act of encouragement sparked confidence in the student, who later became a successful muralist. This story perfectly aligns with Marcus Aurelius' timeless wisdom. Asterisk, what harms the hive harms the bee. Asterisk, in other words, when we support and uplift those around us, we create a stronger, more harmonious collective. Celebrating others' wins, sharing knowledge freely, and offering mentorship aren't just kind acts, they're investments. Kindness isn't a cost. It's the foundation for building a better, more interconnected world where we all thrive together. Every time we invest in others, we are essentially strengthening the very fabric of society. By uplifting others, we cultivate a culture where strength is not a scarce resource, but something that grows and multiplies with each person we empower. When we mentor or support someone, we're contributing to a ripple effect that extends far beyond the individual. It's not just a one-time exchange. It creates a cycle of positivity that feeds back into the world. The teacher's simple act of framing that students' artwork wasn't just an acknowledgement of potential. It was a catalyst that helped shape a future artist, whose work would eventually inspire and uplift others. This is how a strong community is formed. Not by isolating or competing with each other, but by creating spaces where everyone's growth is celebrated. Just as a bee is integral to the hive's success, our collective well-being depends on the successes of each individual. The stronger the people around us, the stronger we all become. It's a reminder that kindness, mentorship, and encouragement are far more powerful than we often realize. They are the cornerstones of a society where strength is shared and everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Conclusion: inner strength is often misunderstood as an innate trait, something you're either born with or not. But in reality, it's a practice, something you cultivate every single day. It's in the moments when you pause before reacting, when you take responsibility for your mistakes, and when you confront your fears head-on. It's found in the quiet spaces where you take time to reflect, and in the moments where gratitude flows freely, no matter the circumstances. Protecting your inner peace and lifting others up along the way are essential elements of this journey. The Stoics never sought perfection. They focused on progress, understanding that growth comes in small, consistent steps. So, start small. Each day, take a moment to reflect. Where did I grow today? This practice of self-reflection builds your inner strength. Share your story with others, because your journey might be the spark someone else needs to ignite their own. Remember, true strength isn't built in grand gestures. It's woven into the fabric of daily, quiet acts of courage. Think of yourself as a tree. Its deepest roots are invisible, grounding it in ways that make it unshakable and resilient. Be the tree, steady, enduring, and unwavering, no matter the storms that come your way. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching.